After months and months of waiting, California theme parks finally have reopening guidelines from the state. And for cast members hoping to get back to work, and for Disneyland fans, it's not good news. And we're going to talk about it all in this video. My name's Eric D, and on this channel my hope is always to make your next Disney adventure a little bit more magical with tips and tricks, food reviews, and news. So if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. And as I mentioned, after months and months of waiting, Dr. Mark Galley finally revealed the theme park reopening guidelines for the state of California. And like I said, if you're hoping Disneyland's going to be reopening anytime soon, this is not good news. For smaller parks like Seaside Piers, they can open in the orange or moderate tier of the blueprint to a safer economy at 25% capacity or 500 people, whichever is fewer, outdoor attractions only, and in-county visitors only. Those are already some pretty strict standards, and so that means for larger theme parks like Disneyland and Universal, they can only open in the yellow or minimal tier at 25% capacity, with modifications of course like physical distancing, face masks, etc. As we have discussed previously, it is extremely difficult for large population centers to ever get to the yellow tier because they would need less than one case per 100,000 people daily on average in the county over a 14-day period. So for Orange County, that is right around 31 people a day or less who have tested positive for COVID. Currently, Orange County is in the red tier and LA County is in the purple tier. When Dr. Galley talked about some of his concerns with theme parks, they were things like, well, people are staying for multiple days, and yes, things are controlled in the theme park, and we think the theme parks would control things well, but then people leave the theme parks and they would go to other areas of the community, and we can't control that. We don't know if they'll be as, well behaved in other areas of the community. And so, while I think those are valid concerns, at the same time, I think those same concerns could pop up in a number of industries that they aren't monitoring and they aren't as concerned about with travel. So I think there's some inconsistencies with how the rules are being applied across industries across the state. But Disneyland has already fired back. Ken Potrock, the president of Disneyland Resort, said, "We have proven that we can responsibly reopen with science-based health and safety protocols, strictly enforced at our theme park properties around the world. Nevertheless, the state of California continues to ignore this fact, instead mandating arbitrary guidelines that it knows are unworkable and that hold us to a standard vastly different from other reopened businesses and state-operated facilities. Together with our labor unions, we want to get people back to work. But these state guidelines will keep us shuttered for the foreseeable future, forcing thousands more people out of work, leading to the inevitable closure of small family-owned businesses and irreparably devastating the Anaheim, Southern California community." And the California Attractions and Park Association's executive director responded by saying, "To say today's announcement on theme parks is disappointing would be a grave understatement. The governor has not used science or data to inform his decision. Theme parks have opened and operated safely around the world for months. Data and science prove that theme parks can operate responsibly anywhere. There is no rational reason to believe they can't do so in California. No one cares more about park employees and guest safety than the parks themselves. Let me be unequivocal. The guidance issued by the Newsom administration will keep theme parks shuttered for the foreseeable future, by forcing amusement parks to stay closed until their home county reaches Tier 4. The governor has issued a Keep Theme Parks Closed Indefinitely plan, which will devastate California's major theme park industry. This plan prolongs unemployment of tens of thousands of people, hastens bankruptcy for families and small business owners adjacent to parks, and contributes to insolvency for local governments whose budgets rely on parks as an anchor economic driver." The statement continued on, but she ended with, "We urge Governor Newsom to revise this guidance to allow for a reasonable and responsible reopening of California's signature theme park industry in Tier 3. Previous to this point, both Orange County public health officials and multiple unions have said that they would be willing to reopen Disneyland at Tier 3, and they thought that was a safe place at the orange tier to do that. So it's interesting that also the association is grabbing onto that orange tier or that Tier 3. And lastly, the mayor of Anaheim said, "These guidelines fail working families and small businesses. As painful as this is, Disney and the city of Anaheim will survive, but too many Anaheim hotels, stores, and restaurants will not survive another year of this. Many are family businesses. The jobs they provide support other families. We can safely and responsibly open our theme parks and convention centers soon. The unions of the Disneyland Resort agree and support the reopening of the theme parks in Tier 3, not Tier 4, which would wipe out jobs in our city and destroy lives. So do we think those statements will change the governor's position at all? Based on what he said yesterday, I don't think so, because in his press conference yesterday, he actually said, "Again, I hope one recognizes our stubbornness on a health-first, data-driven decision-making process is done with our eyes wide open on what's happening now around the world, not just what's happening across the United States, not yet here in the state of California, but that's only because we are being vigilant and have to maintain that vigilance to avoid any further increase in transmission." So like I said before, this is really not good news for those cast members hoping to get back to work. And when you think about the small businesses and hotels around the Disneyland Resort, and when you start to think about the other parks, whether it's Legoland or Knott's Berry Farm or Universal, this is a lot of people and their jobs and their lives that are being impacted by this. So once again, this is not about people like me who want to go and have a churro or go on vacation. This is about people and their jobs not being able to go back to work. And some health officials are now saying that counties like Orange County, they don't think they're going to be able to be in the yellow tier until likely summer of 2021. And so when you think about that, where it could be into spring or summer, what does that mean for those people and their jobs? What does that mean for families? I would love to know in the comments below what you think the next steps are for Disney. Do you think they're going to be getting with the other parks and pursuing a lawsuit? To me, there are so many other businesses in California open right now that are similar to theme parks, whether it's museums, aquariums, and things like that, that can open much sooner. I really think there is a chance Disney is going to move forward with that. I would love to know your thoughts in the comments below, so definitely let me know. But once again, not a happy video, not happy news for those hoping for the cast members to get back to work and hoping for us to get back into Disneyland in a safe way. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I guess enjoy is not the right word. If you found this video informative, please give it a like. It really does help the channel, but thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we'll have some good news soon. We'll see y'all later. Bye.